talk more about those as our runners go and find them because our runners are underway.
Of course, we do have our vanilla wooden sword right off the bat, which is, you know, I feel like some people know and have played their fair share of randomized swords or even swordless, so it's nice to just have a sword at the start. And wow, JP just immediately hitting some bombs right off of the bat, so that's very helpful. And we also have a vanilla candle in its candle shops. That's also pretty straight up interesting. And we see Shton over on this side getting the screen wrap over to vanilla 3, where we see level 8. Level 8, pretty large dungeon. Not as large as like 6 or 7 at times, but at least large. And well, that's
pretty large.
Like a pretty large dungeon. Holy cow! There are 3 items in here. Of course, we have 2 staircase items as well as the floor items. So it's a more or less a good one to dig.
I mean, it could be larger. This is a fast count. It's 28 rooms.
You did the math. The quick maths.
Yeah, quick maths.
Quick maths. Oh, we got some dungeon Lionels. We got some dungeon Tektites. Looks like they're a little stronger than usual as well. And nothing worse than combine. Okay, maybe. Yeah. It takes at least 3 hits, 3 HP.
Which enemies are rolled high? Tektites roll high. It's horrible.
Yeah. Tektites and dungeons that roll high are not fun, especially the fact that they don't have any sort of knockback animation, so they essentially disappear from your screen whenever you hit them. At least it's the blue ones. The red ones are a little bit more frantic when they hop around. Oh, and the keys rolled up as well. That's all kinds of bad.
Hopefully it's bounced out later on when we find like fires and red dark nuts rolling down, so we can get some nice bombs.
Yeah, right now both players holding on to some bombs, which will allow them to bomb through some walls to kind of progress through the dungeon a little bit more. For a level like this, I can easily see if it's like an early Triforce, just grabbing it and going, maybe getting 1 item out of this, because with it being at vanilla 3, it's pretty easy to get back to from the start, especially if you know the screen wrap shenanigans. The book is in level 10. Wow, that's interesting. Last time I checked, they only go to 9. Rambler, can you make sense of this, old man?
Which old man?
I don't know. He's gone, as well as some frames.
Oh, I don't know.
Like JP having a little bit of trouble taking on these Lionels over here. One thing you will notice, sometimes if in rooms with multiple sets of enemies, if you kill a few of them and then leave and come back, they'll sometimes swap out an enemy for a different one. And here we saw one of the red Lionels getting swapped to a blue Tektite, which is better, I'd say.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the last one's going to stay as a red Lionel.
The worst is when you're doing it and you're like, oh, please get rid of this blue Wizrobe, and it's like, nope, sorry, pal. I can't let you do that. Yeah, man, feels bad to do all that just to find the old man and then have to backtrack. Still nothing really showing up in this dungeon as of yet. There are, of course, a set number of items that we're going to be looking for to progress through this seed. Of course, we need to...
I think Shton1 just ran out of bombs and decided to just leave the dungeon at this point. Whereas JP is going to be able to bomb up and maybe explore this huge top part of the dungeon.
That's a no for me as well. So I guess, assuming... Did he run out of bombs as well?
JP had 1 bomb left.
Find him. But he was in out there so fast. We do have level 5 over at Vanilla 1. Now, as I've heard, level 5 is a good dungeon to go to early, because it tends to have a large number of keys that you can collect. Of course, resource management is a very important aspect of this randomizer, both with keys, bombs, and, health. Health is a good thing to keep track of as well.
And one good thing also you can get is money, which JP just got the mid-secret, and it's been rolled to the maximum possible 40 rupees.
Ooh, fancy. Yeah, we did see the candle earlier, which was pretty cheap as well. Wasn't it roughly its vanilla price, which is 40 as well, I think?
40 is its lowest price, 60 is vanilla.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, candles rolling low, the mid-seeker rolling high. This is looking pretty good for a money seat right now.
Yeah, it looks like Shton's gonna head on out of level 5. Had enough of that room with the Wizrobes. So in this early stage, you're just kind of running around, finding out where dungeons are, seeing how far you can get in them, if you can clear them, if you can get the items out of them. As I was saying earlier, we are looking for something like that, the silver arrows at the Armos spot. Holy cow, that's what an interesting first progression item to find. Now we just need to find a bow to go with it, and then, that's just a severely increased damage output. A nice little 6 rupee bomb purchase from the bomb shop. So we have candle and candle shop and bomb shop. You think there's going to be a blue ring in the blue ring shop?
It's a possibility, 50-50 chance. JP going to be heading over to vanilla level 6 here. If you find something at level 1, 2, or 3, this will be a very nice find for JP. It's going to be a lot of early items. But Shton's not going to be too far behind. He was able to screen wrap his way here. He's going to get his silver arrows from the Armo spot, get his bombs from the bomb shop, and go into vanilla 6, which is actually level 6.
No, vanilla 6. Yeah, I don't think JP is actually going for any of these screen wraps yet, so I know he's been having a little bit of trouble getting them down. They can be a little weird getting the placement right and the movement right. So Shton's going to be able to take advantage of that throughout the rest of this seed.
JP's first thing that he did was go straight up in this first room and found the meat block in the top room, so that means the meat will not be required. He's able to leave the dungeon and come back to open up the locked door because of a trick that's in the vanilla game as well. If you leave the dungeon and enter the opposite door where bomb hole will be open.
Oh wow, Shton just bails out immediately. Done with that already. Well, if JP ends up finding something useful here, this could give him a little bit of an edge. Now, Rambler.
Willard.
We're looking for some items. What are some of the items that we're going to be looking for in this seed in order to finish the game?
Well, some items will be 100% required every time. One of them is the silver arrows, which we've got already. Another one is the bow. You can fire the silver arrows somehow. Sometimes, in Zelda and Randomizer tournaments, the overall shuffle that you don't always need the raft or the recorder, but in this flag set, you need both of them to access 2 dungeons. And the other item, which is usually required, although not always, I'd say about 90% of the time it's required, is the ladder, and I think we might need the ladder in the scene because JP just found the room with the manhandle.
Yeah, and was wanting to try and bomb his way out of there, because otherwise I think he has to go through that room full of like-legs once again. Maybe. They might not come back. Oh, they came back. Okay. So the rule is, if you up an A, does it reset all the enemies in the dungeon? But otherwise, if you can move like 6 tiles away from them before they respawn?
I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that bosses will not respawn. And the bosses are like Patra, Aquamanis, Goma, Manhandler. 3-headed Gleeok, like you see on Shton's side.
But yeah, this is the one that JP saw and said, nope. But it looks there was a bomb spot behind it. I didn't see on Shton's side what was up there yet. But nice using of these sword beams to take out the Gleeok with, a little bit of safety, a little bit of space between you. Those fireballs will do a full heart of damage at this health. Or getting hit by the flying heads will also do a full heart.
Yeah, both the fireballs and the heads will do. That was a very nice fight. Use the sword beams to your advantage. Shton's gonna up an A and leave again. We find the first item here in level 6 on the floor, the heart container.
Well, Shton, looks like they're going to be grabbing that candle after getting the medium secret here, just 1 tile north of start, and might be taking that candle on over to the East Coast to check out maybe Vanilla 8. Getting more information about where these dungeons are. We're still looking for quite a few. Or... yeah, okay. Gosh, the NSC room with bubbles and no ladder is just awful. I hate it. It's so bad.
It's a combination of 3 things you hate in this randomizer. NSU room, bubbles, and no ladder.
It's so bad. How can you even have fun when you have to do that? Oh, look, another one. At least this one doesn't have bubbles, but it does have $5.
Yeah, Tech you don't have to kill thankfully because the item was already on the floor. And the Arctites rolled up also, Jesus.
Alright, let's see what this large secret is going to be. Just a measly 69. That's it's relatively low. I've seen it, you know, in the hundreds usually. So that's kind of unfortunate. Usually want to see more money. JP unfortunately also taking a death over here. We did see earlier Shton did pop into one of the 4 take any caves where you can either get a heart container or a free potion, bringing their health up to 4. I believe JP also got one.
No, JP found the fluoride item. It was a heart container.
Okay. I missed that.
Shton ended up opening the doorway to Vanilla 8, but didn't go in yet. Gonna go see what the coast item is first. The coast item is a heart container.
Well, that's kind of relieving, knowing that you don't have to, especially if you can complete whatever dungeon's at level 8, because then you know you don't have to ever come back all the way over there. I'm surprised. I don't know if Shton did check like the bomb shop over while, you know, checking the Armos item or anything, but could have popped in, grabbed another bomb for 6 rupees.
Yeah, I think he knows that it's the bomb shops already, but didn't go back in yet. Has 4.
Is that level 9 at level 8?
Yeah, level 9 was at level 8, yeah.
Well, so much for not having to come back over there.
We're going to level 2, where we find level 7. Ugh.
So generally, you know, you want to find... Oh, well, speaking of finding stuff, we have the magical boomerang as our second item in level 6. Now, JP's been in here for quite a while. I wonder if he'll continue to dig out the Triforce, or if he's going to head off. He'd probably like to grab it and go now, so he doesn't ever have to come back over here. Oh, these Tektites are awful.
There's the boomerang. Early game, it's not a horrible pick up because you can stun these enemies while you're still low level. Especially these blue Tektites because they're so annoying.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. Shton getting past all these red Lionels. Grabbing a small key, so both players sitting at a nice 1 key, which is pretty low. I'm sure both of them are hoping to find that any key at any time, and we do see a Triforce piece inside of that Stalfos on JP's side, so as long as he's careful, he'll be getting that Triforce and taking a 1 Triforce lead in this race.
Shton finds another 4-headed Gleeok this time. We'll try finding it the same way that he fought the last one, with the Triforce room just north. Can we bomb up? Yes, we can.
Okay, that's good.
And it's the staircase room. As long as 7 is segmented those, because we know that because of 8 shape. But this could still be the item, and it is. It's the bow.
Oh, that's such a nice find. Especially already having silver, so bow and 7. Right past that Gleeok. Yeah, taking on a Gleeok with just the wooden sword is, especially a 4-headed Gleeok, because it's what, 10 hits with the wooden sword for the first head, and then 6 hits for the next subsequent heads. So that's
lose
like
count and don't even bother.
28 hits. It's too many.
It's a lot of hits.
I mean, it's still probably faster than fighting 10 or 8 Pulse Voice with a wooden sword. But at least they're not shooting fireballs at you.
Or even worse, 8 blue wizards.
Well, you don't fight those; you just bail. You get that. You get on out of there. You don't touch that. I do like how you can continuously hit different enemies, even if they're stacked on top of each other with the boomerang. Because usually you'd think like if you stun one and then one's like on top of it, it will just default to hitting the one that's already stunned. Magical boomerang. Well, boomerang in general in this game actually kind of okay, surprisingly. Don't tell anyone I said that.
Mainly TGE. If he found out that, you might lose your job of being a commentator.
That's okay, I had a good run.
JP finds his large secret. Shton did pick up the Nautical Rock Heart Container. It is on their way over to, I believe, the White Sword item and Vanilla level 5.
I'm gonna mark some stuff real quick. We got Heart Container and the Magical Boomerang level 6. Level 7 had the Bow. We didn't see the floor item, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Armos item was silvers. Heart Container on the Lantern. And we haven't seen White... Oh, White Sword was also Heart Container. Okay.
It was also Heart Container, and it was 6 hearts to pick up. Shton could not pick it up.
That seems somewhat ironic. Only somewhat, though. Alright, well, we'll see what is over at Vanilla 5. Over on Shton's side. And then, while JP is about to head up to level 2. And there is still one item waiting around in level 7, but, you know, it's one of those dungeons that you'd probably, much like level 6, would not want to continue through.
Alright, there we see that the meat shop is actually the blue ring shop. So that means the blue ring shop will be the last, will be the rare shop, will be the one that has the meat in it. Well, normally would have the meat.
The discount meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, and blue ring rolling 250 rupees. It's pretty pricey, but especially with the large secret not being that high.
Yeah, the 250 rupees is what is going to be happening a lot when you play the randomizer, because what happens is all the prices are shuffled plus minus 20. But because the number max is 256, it would be over. 255. It would be 256 or higher. It resets back to 250.
Oh, okay,
So,
gotcha.
more often than not, the blue ring will be 15 randomizer.
If it's higher than 255, it just rolls down to 250.
Yeah, and the same thing is with the red heart and the bomb. Because, technically, the red heart could be anywhere between technically -10 and 20, because it's plus minus 20 off 10, I think, or maybe it's only plus minus 10, and the bombs can be plus minus 20 off 20. So if you roll a 0, it would go back up to 20.
Huh. While you were talking about important stuff, I'd just like to point out that level 2 looks like a llama sitting down comfortably. Isn't that exciting?
So fascinating.
I should have interrupted you, though. That'd been a lot better. JP, however, did bail out a 7 really quick, so not going to be picking up that bow, which is really unfortunate to see, because he's not going to have that, you know, strength weapon. Because having silver arrows at your disposal is really nice, especially for clearing stuff like, you know, Gibdos, like stuff that are a little bit beefier, and, you know, particularly for all those beefy Tektites. We do see the Triforce already in level 2 as well. But, oh, and we did see a power bracelet over on Shton's side, so did see that briefly. It was hidden amongst a bunch of rupees. My favorite boss of this game was the rupee piece. And a heart container for the second item, so real quick level 2.
And level 2 is very quick.
That's nice.
The items weren't that great, but it was very quick. JP is going to be making a play for blue ring here. He's gathering up to 250 rupees. He's up to 249.
Oh, he's gonna need one more.
Wow, Willard can math.
I did it! And I did it with my college degree! Hooray! Oh, Shton, you have enough money or enough hearts, you can go get that heart container now.
Alright, JP gets his 250 rupees, immediately goes into the shop and buys the blue ring.
I wonder if he's gonna go right back to 7 now.
It would be the correct play, we know that.
Well, so he is gonna head up to level 2. Yeah, that is unfortunate. I mean, the thing is, it's gonna give Shton a bit of a, you know, strength advantage, being able to clear rooms a little bit faster. Now, you know, it's not going to be super significant unless we also run into like a Goma block in the next coming dungeons. So, we'll see.
Level 1 sitting at Vanilla 9.
It's a bit of a walk if you can't full clear this dungeon. So hopefully these players can get both the floor items and the staircase item while they're up here.
A lot of key doors already, which is what you expect from level 1.
Yeah, that's the other thing you got to worry about is, you know, I feel like there's generally just a ton of key doors in this dungeon, so going in here with 1 or 2 is a little scary, just a little bit.
And in an interesting twist, looks like the Moldorms have rolled high. First item in 1, a heart container.
Starting to roll out all this HP. Players are starting to build up, which is good. JP basically doubled his HP with this blue ring that he purchased.
Yeah, level 1 looks like the Atari version of E.T.
Oh my god, gross.
The greatest game ever created.
That's... Yeah, we'll go with that. That sounds accurate.
That sounds, wrong. Yes, you're right. Another Gleeok here on Shton's side, and this one you're going to have to clear if you want to get to those last 4 rooms in the north.
Yeah, and unfortunately you can't use silver arrows on the Gleeok. So no advantage there. But, you know, it still has a good chunk of health. Just gotta play it patiently. 6 more hits. Just a couple more. Ooh, going all in on that. Alright. Takes it down, gets a key for the trouble.
Oh no!
Immediately met by blue wizards.
Wow.
Disgusting.
Because that's exactly what you wanted to see when you walk into a room.
That's the last thing you want to see in like level 1 or 2, when you know there's going to be floor items in here that you need.
Old man pointing out at least this isn't the water temple. After seeing that room in 1, I'd prefer the water temple.
Water temple is just slow and boring, but blue wizrobes, they're scary. Not a fan. I'll get in another small key, so I'm going to be able to continue on this path to the right. Maybe being able to just find both items up here and being able to skip that back section, and more wizrobes.
Yeah.
You thought wrong. I like this idea. Ooh, be careful. Oh, that's... Dang, that's unfortunate.
Right, we still have 2 floor items here, so hopefully... Oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, that one's 7. So 2 rooms of 7 blue wizrobes in level 1 that Shton is like... And we know the Triforce is behind one of those.
It just gets worse. Yeah, Shton was taking advantage of, you know, being able to... quote-unquote hide out safely in the doorway to bomb the wizrobes, but accidentally going a little bit too far and going through the transition, which the problem with that is if you screen transition, all the damage you've done to the wizrobes gets, you know, set back. So progress lost, bombs lost, frustrations gained, pulls voice into, which there was no. Both the items are. The other item was down by the Triforce. The heart container was like just straight north of it, I think.
And Shton is giving up on level 1 for now. We'll have to go back after rings and or swords upgrade.
Yeah. Well,
and
that will
to
be
honest,
interesting.
I wouldn't blame him.
No. Might be thinking about that blue ring now. Still at 103 rupees. I mean, that's the thing is when you already have silver arrows, like, and bombs are cheap, you can kind of consider putting your rupees just into getting a blue ring. I mean, at the same time, though, I feel like the key counts have been pretty low this season so far.
What's unfortunate JP side is he's going to end up full clearing his 2. He did not go straight down and did not find the heart container item yet. I believe he already has the power bracelet.
Yeah, oh, dang, that's unfortunate.
Well, hopefully he just goes back down straight and finds the Triforce and wins the heart container right north of it. It's one of those scenarios where you have to, when you know you're in a dungeon that's filled with a bunch of different sets of enemies and you know that the floor item's going to be behind some of them, you got to consider trying to focus on the easier ones first to save some time. I know why JP bailed, because he did not want to have to deal with those. Unfortunately, there is a way you can hide in that right side doorway where you can just sit there, you can stab at them at your will, and they can't damage you at all. This was something I learned the other night whilst doing commentary. This works very well with land mollas because they move so frantically. I'd be terrified to actually deal with them at all. Yeah, if he had a bomb, he could have bombed into the Triforce room, but he does not. So he's going to have to kill these land mollas if he wants to get to that Triforce. And we know that the heart container is in the room, I think, to the left of it. Or it was in this room with the land mollusk. One of those two.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was just a heart container, but it was somewhere down here. Alright, well, over on Shton's side, heading over to Vanilla 6, which was Vanilla 6. JP finally getting that clip into the blocks, which he's been trying to get. So now he can just comfortably sit here and poke at the land mollusk until at least one of them dies. And then the cool thing is as long as you kill one of them, you can leave the room, and then the other one just despawns.
And that's true with all the quote-unquote minor bosses, along with the Dig Dogger, I believe.
Yeah, Dig Dogger, when you split it apart, if it splits into 3. Moldorm if you kill one of them. Land mollusk if you kill one of them. Yeah, and that was the second item. Alright. Just had to get past a couple blue land mollusks, no big deal. And JP does get his second Triforce piece, tying them both up.
Yep, they both got the 1 out of 2. JP has the 1 out of 6 versus Shton1 having a 1 out of 7.
And we are still looking for a plethora of required items. We still are looking for the raft, the potentially required ladder, the recorder, and I'm sure these players are also looking for, you know, a sword upgrade, or the wand, or the red ring. Nice things. Both players do have the blue candle, though. If Tracker wants to throw that on there.
Yeah, we don't know where the red candle is. No. Both of ours have the blue candle. They both seen level 9 at the vanilla level 8 spot.
JP trying to get some bombs out of here. Alright, back to level 5. This is a dungeon that we haven't seen either item in. I don't exactly remember why they bailed out of here. Oh, because the lack of a small key was why Shton couldn't do anything in here. It looks like Shton is eyeing a small key, though, man, 109 rupees for a key seems so incredibly expensive. Holy cow.
And I don't know if it's just the fact that it's taking so long, but I think the red robe is rolled high here.
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh wow, there's a key there the whole time. I don't know if Shton already killed them and got that key and then came back. No, couldn't have. All right, well, what are we looking for, Rambler? What would be the next greatest thing to find if you were one of these players?
I'd be happy with probably the ladder, just because that would be peace of mind, and probably be able to complete level 6 at that point. But I think JP found a workaround for level 6, so maybe not even the ladder, maybe just want the raft the recorder to get a new dungeon open. Or, give me the white sword so I can deal all those ropes in one.
Yeah, white sword would be really nice right now. I would honestly, just based on how low the key counts have been, be eyeing for that any key somewhere. Oh, and another set of blue land mollusks for JP.
This could be an item room as well.
Oh, see, he figured it out.
He watched your commentary from yesterday.
Yay! He's listening right now. No,
I don't know about that. Better not.
That was definitely an instance of, oh, okay, wow, I guess I can do that.
And it is potentially an item. No, it's
No.
not.
It might actually just lead to that previous staircase we saw earlier.
Very well could be. If 5's not segmented, we know that's true.
Oh, and Shton gets the same the same soft walk in level 6 with the manhandler. Has to up an A out of there and go through this like room again. Isn't that frustrating?
Yeah. By the way, the orange robe's always a nice thing to see in dungeons, usually, because they don't move like their blue counterparts. And they're bomb-dropping enemies. But the fact that they're rolled high, it looks like these keys are also rolled high.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of the enemies rolled high compared to... Yeah, that's just bad.
Map 5.
That's not a very bad vibe. I tend to prefer, you want to see as close to a square as possible when it comes to dungeons.
Neat little 22 rooms.
Alright, is this the item?
Alright, this has to be the item, because we've already seen the other 2 staircases.
Oh!
There you go!
Perfection. Nice
No
little
more.
any key for JP. Right at the top. It's not even that far away from the start of level 5 either.
No, now you have the rest of level 5 to find, you know, the other floor item and the Triforce.
JP's gonna go for some bomb drops here, hopefully.
Yeah, go for bombs. Speaking of bombs, that's what Shton's using to try to kill everyone's favorite enemy, the Blue Dark Knight.
I don't know. I don't know what I still would prefer Blue Dark Knights over Blue Wizrobes if I had to pick between the two.
Oh, yeah.
They're both bad in their own unique way, but...
Play the speedrun and let me know when you get to level 5 if your opinion changes.
Well, how many Blue Wizrobes do you have to kill in the speedrun?
In Blue Wizrobes, there's only 2 rooms you have to kill with Wizrobes in the entire speedrun.
Oh. Maybe I'll have to learn the speedrun.
But there's one very infamous room in level 5 that has... The room has a recorder, has I think 6 or 8 Blue Dark Knights you have to kill. So, yeah.
As long as it's not a room with blade traps, the fireball shooters in the corners, bubbles, and dark nuts, all in the same room.
Well, level 8 has the dark nuts with the shooters.
Disgusting. Nice message there, old man.
I believe that's SOS. Send help.
I believe it. Of course, we're still looking for the Triforce here in level 5 for JP, as well as the floor drop item. Could be right here, which would be unfortunate.
The room south of here, he took a peek in there and left. It's the Triforce room, like in vanilla, how the layout is. Oh my god, we're ladder blocked for the Triforce.
Well, at least he knows. He's got the information now, so that's not great, but still better. Some important information, and then uses his last bomb. Unfortunately, does not bomb left.
We are... I mean, so the room south of the Triforce room is the Triforce room layout, but with 3 Blue Wizrobes in it, and he really couldn't get around it.
Oh. Yeah, that's a little tough. Alright, well. Let's see where we're off to next. Shton's still hanging out here at level 6, where we're still looking for... nothing. We've seen everything in here. JP finished all this dungeon.
Yeah, we know that Shton, the only thing he needs out of here is the Triforce.
I wish I remember where it was. But yeah, look at this. Just how advantageous these silver arrows are for dealing with like these Tektites. Yeah, I'm curious to see how much this difference in blue ring versus green, or no ring, is going to be throughout this run for the 2 players, because it doesn't look like Shton's planning on going for that blue ring at all. So definitely hoping to find that red ring in one of these dungeons.
JP buying a meat, even though we know at this point meat cannot be required. There's only 1 meat room in the entire game. We saw it. It's on the level 6 and it's in the top room.
Ooh, nice bomb drop there for Shton right there. Taking out at least 3 of them. No, not getting the Dark Nuts to cooperate this time. Gotta be careful, down to 1 heart. Well, we do get the compass, so... If you're looking for the Triforce, that's the next best thing you could find.
So JP's heading to Vanilla 9, which we know is level 1. We know is, how would you describe level 1 again? Is rude the appropriate word?
Disgusting, I'd say.
He's gonna be in for a nightmare.
Rude awakening. He does have, the blue ring and still has 8 bombs. So he might be able to clear some of them. At least the one with the 3 blue Wizrobes, maybe. Yeah, Shton actually heading out of 6. Not gonna be able to grab that Triforce.
He might think he's ladder block for that Triforce. Remember, he saw it.
Yeah. That is a good point. I'm very curious, though, because it seems like Shton has been kind of bailing out of these dungeons early and quickly, which works sometimes. Let's been an interesting strategy to watch. Let's see how it continues to unfold throughout the rest of this run. JP picking up that heart container, one of 2 heart containers that we've seen so far. Or no, we only saw that heart container. We haven't seen the other 2 items.
Yeah, the other 2 items are likely behind blue wizards.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see the red wizrobes.
Yeah, red definitely a lot friendlier than blue when it comes to wizards. When it comes to most of these enemies.
JP taking a few extra hits on these stationary targets. Come on, man. What are you doing?
Shton did find the transport in 8, so he knows once he finds the next 2 staircases, those will be the item staircases. Have we found any items in 8 yet?
We have not. Not even one.
Well, we're about to. It can't be a recorder, I'll tell you that much.
A heart container. Wonderful.
What are the odds? I
don't know.
It's like 40%, we know. JP's struggling with the Gliok, he's going to up an A. If only he knew what the rest of the dungeon held, he'd probably just bail.
Yeah. The thing is, if he had full health, he could just sit in that doorway and spam sword beams at the Gliok.
Ooh, the recorder is an 8.
Oh, did we just see it on the floor?
Yep, that's the floor item.
Oh. Well, that's a good find. That does unlock another dungeon.
Yep, we know that at Vanilla 7 will be either 3 or 4.
So right now, if we're just looking at required items, Shton having a little bit of advantage over JP, having already found the bow out of 7, and now the recorder out of 8. Still looking for, of course, that raft and that potentially required ladder. JP down to half a heart. He's trying to finish off the rest of these blue wizrobes. Oh, he's going to go ahead and leave and come back into the room, which will at least save his progress in this fight.
Yeah, so even if he dies, he'll come back to this room and there won't be one blue wizard here.
Ah, they're so tough. They're so tough because if they wouldn't be so bad if they didn't move diagonally at random times.
Or if, you know, like they were like the past wizards, you know, they still hurt a ton, but they only go down 1 hit.
Well, the Link to the Past wizards are absolutely pathetic and do not compare at all to these ones. Holy cow.
Alright, level 4 is at the level 7 spot.
Yeah, level 4, another 2-item dungeon. I'm going to have one on the floor and one in a staircase. Wait to see, find that map and see what kind of level 4 we're going to have. Oh, and JP finds one of the floor items in level 1. It is another heart container, which brings him up to a cool 10, which actually makes him eligible, maybe, to get that magical sword.
Yeah, we're sitting at a 20% chance to get the magical sword, and there's a 0% chance that JP wants to clear that room.
Yeah, especially with only 2 bombs. Needs to find like a bomb upgrade at some point. Holy cow, though, a magical sword now would be amazing. And that, unlike that waterlogged compass here in level 4, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and find that Triforce without any assistance, or find the ladder in here.
Alright, level 4 does look like, it looks like a trophy horse, if you can picture that.
Oh, like the little metal statues on the front of a car kind of thing.
Exactly.
JP going with a real hands-on tactic, standing inside of the Gliok. Doesn't look like it's gonna work out for him, but oh, he might just pull this off. Oh no! Yeah, that's the problem with those bomb holes is they're like a vacuum. They will grab you if you get too close. I can already kind of sense the frustration. Just based on sitting on this pause screen for a little longer.
Oh, and we find a raft in 4.
Alright.
So that makes Shton in go mode. Unless the ladder's required.
Well, it is. We did see a ladder,
That's
or
right.
a Triforce Beast in, I believe it was 5. We are going to be needing that ladder, 100%.
Right. So, ladder mode for Shton1.
Yeah, and if I was Shton, I would just immediately, well, I'd probably immediately bail out of this scenario, but would probably take that raft and go right on to the next dungeon and just hope it's one of those chain events of this item leads to this item leads to that item.
That would probably mean it's a forced double dip for. Oh no, it looks like we got to work around here. Unless this is also a ladder block. No, it's not.
Alright, JP into level 8. Hopefully for him, he does find the recorder that's in here. Yeah, for the most part, these dungeons have been kind of rude. Particularly level 1. That was... Why is it... Level 1's supposed to be the easiest dungeon, game? Come on, what are you doing? Throwing all these blue whiz robes and 3-headed... Is that a 3-headed Gleeok or... That was a 3-headed. It wasn't a 4-headed.
Yeah, there's a 3-headed in one.
It was still awful, though.
All Gleeoks were awful. Even a 2-headed one could be a little pain in the butt.
At least the ropes died to a single boomerang.
That means they roll low. 0 HP.
Now, of course, there is still a bit of a difference in, like... You know, JP does still have that magical key that he got out of level 5. Shton finding the Triforce here.
Yeah, the very last room in 4 is Triforce guarded by 6 blue Lionels.
So we did not see... Did we see the floor item in 4 yet, or no?
No, we did not. Tom's gonna go back in.
Okay. Oh, and there's a Patra in level 8. I'm gonna say no to that one. Yeah, the other thing I'm curious about is if and when JP is ever going to head back to level 7. He still does have to get the Triforce out of there as well.
Yeah, the Triforce and the bow are in the same room, so...
That helps. I gotta say, though, after 42 minutes, and you're still only at 2 Triforce pieces, you gotta be feeling a little antsy. There's a heart in level 8, one of the 3 items. Still... I feel like the recorder was, what, just like a couple rooms away from here to the right?
Yeah, it's 2 rooms right, 1 room down. Or 1 right, 1 down, 1 of 2.
What if you had to... Oh, no. The recorder was the floor item. It was like, what if you had to go get the recorder and then go back and kill the Dig Dogger? Technically, it had to go do that to get the heart container. Technically.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure almost everyone in this tournament knows how to at least block clip. Not everyone knows how to do screen scrolling, JP and myself included in that list, but pretty much everyone here knows how to block clip. It's probably the first trick you learn in this.
I mean, yeah, it's super important to know, just because there's so many instances like that where, you know, you need the recorder, or it's like Goma blocked, or it's just filled with a bunch of awful enemies that you don't feel like dealing with. So JP gonna stock up on some more bombs while Shton's still looking through level 4, trying to find that second item. And if it ends up being the ladder, then that's gonna be... I mean, that would be Triforce and Go mode for Shton, so it'd be a huge find. Oh, that's unfortunate. Especially because you've already been in this room, so you're like, I should have known that. Oh, don't get that. That'd be even worse, because you'd softlock yourself in this room by accidentally picking up the clock.
Yeah.
Looks like JP is going to be following in Shton's footsteps, heading into level 4, where he will also find his raft. Ah, it's the Flintstones. Nice.
I thought Simpson, Homer Simpson.
Yeah, that's it.
He's about to hit a chestnut tree.
It looks like very good chance that that floor item is going to be on yet another Gleehawk. So Shton says, no, I've had enough, and heads on out of there.
Yeah, if that ends up being the ladder, then tough beats.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. How many heart containers are shuffled in the mix?
That would be 9.
And we've seen 7 of them. So yeah, probably higher chance of it not being a heart container at this point. Still could though. All right, curious to see what is in level 3. Of course, much like level 4, there are 2 items in here, but generally, level 3 tends to be a little bit smaller. Hopefully we'll get that map here soon and see what that is like.
Yeah, we found Zelda's room before.
Man, I hope for the next tournament that they play with the book Atlas and actually make the book not the worst item in the world. That Atlas would be so nice.
Maybe they'll give us the boomstick next tournament.
No, there's no way. They would never do something like that. I need to try one of those out, because it sounds ridiculous.
I think the one time I joined a boomstick battle royale, the one race I got knocked out in the first race, and that race the one was in 9.
Aw, that's a bummer.
So,
Hey, here's this really cool thing we're doing, and you don't get to enjoy it. It's like finding boots in GT. It's like, well, you wanted to have fun, but you don't get to. Sorry.
Oh, 3 is segmented.
Oh, JP does pick up his raft.
JP still needs that bow out of 7, but like we said, the bow and 7 is in the same room as the Triforce, so he'll get it eventually.
Yeah, and we still haven't had a Goma block yet, so it hasn't really been the most important thing he could have found. But yeah, it's just, I mean, here's the thing: we're talking about it's a race, so every second counts for the most part. So all these rooms with beefy tektites or thick likes. I mean, you're saving extra seconds when you're using them silver arrows.
Sometimes the Triforce in 3. I don't know if he meant to pick it up, but he did. The level 3 map looks a little bit like a dude dancing, I guess.
It kind of looked like a witch on a broomstick, or like Kiki's delivery service.
Yeah.
Oh, the wand was in 4 in this NSU room.
Oh wow! Okay,
Did not see that.
That's a better offensive upgrade for JP for sure. He immediately takes out and starts going to town on these enemies.
That is huge, actually. It's a really nice thing, especially while he doesn't have the silvers yet. And with that, he does get both of his items, so now he just has to... You gotta kill...
I think there's gonna be a wall missing here somewhere.
Okay, now you can push it. Them sneaky wall bastards, man. Yeah, he'll be able to just grab the Triforce and go once he finds it. I believe we still haven't seen anything in 3 yet, other than that Triforce. Shton dealing with his blue Dark Nut, who has definitely given him the business. A little too low with that bomb, not reaching him.
I haven't been counting how many shots it took to kill that blue Dark Nut. The vanilla is 6, so anywhere between 4 and 8.
This is a very...
Yeah, 4 is a very
really
weird. The Triforce is in the very last room in the bottom part. So
oh, yeah.
I'll eventually get there, though.
Hopefully he doesn't try and, take out that Gleeok.
So try to do the old man count trick. So that's 2, 3. Oh, it gets hit.
Back to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then he just has to not take damage, which it's not even fair. He didn't even get a chance. Oh. And then just immediately forgets he has the wand. Don't you hate that, man? When you're frustrated and you just forget about stuff?
He finds it, he whips it out.
We do see
he's gonna go get the bomb drop here. That's pretty smart of him. He remembers that was there.
We do see a heart container on the floor here in the right above the white sword at the staircase for level 3. So
just like in 7, a key item in the diamond staircase room.
Oh, that is not a fun room to fight a four-headed Gleeok. No way, Jose.
I believe that's
Get
where
out
the
of there.
compass was, so at least he doesn't need to kill it.
Man, where is this ladder? It's not in 3. We did see the wand in 4, so that's done.
Could
So
be
there's
the
still
last item in 1?
There's still, yeah, there's a floor item in 1, a floor item in 7, a floor item in 5, and a staircase item in 8.
Yeah.
We still have a good chunk of locations. If it's in 5, that's funny, because that's where it would be required to get the Triforce in there.
JP in the room with the Triforce. Not gonna have too much of a hard time with these low-rolled blue limos. I mean, it's Triforce number 3 out of level 4.
And if JP follows the raft, he'll end up with his white sword as well. And so have wand and white sword, and with those two, you can actually use both of them at the same time if you hit both the buttons at the same time and do magical sword damage. Which is pretty neato. And then I guess he wouldn't really care too much about the magical sword, though it'd still be nice to have.
The only downside for JP regarding magical sword is he's already cleared 6, so he has no reason to go back over there.
Yeah, now with a little bit more firepower, you can a little bit more comfortably get through some of these harder rooms with Gleeoks. Now I feel like with that white sword, you'd go back to 1 at some point. Though I'm sure both these players are just hoping that they never have to go back to 1 ever. Oh, well, they have to if they need the Triforce. That's pretty important.
Triforce might be behind at least one of those rooms with wizards in them.
Oh, we do see our first Goma. Nothing underneath it, so...
We still also need the Triforce at 8, so being in here makes sense. We still need one more item, and we need the Triforce. Don't know where either one are. So this, I guess, could be the item. However, it doesn't push.
Yeah, and Shton still has to keep track of their key count as well.
Yeah, that's the one thing that JP has over Shton is that any key, which is going to be a huge, huge asset going forward if Shton never finds that any key. But the any key is in 5, which is a dungeon that Shton bailed out of. Oh, there's a Triforce key.
Just behind a bunch of gels. Easy peasy. So yeah, just looking for a staircase at this point for the last item in 8. Gonna go ahead and grab it. Might actually be heading out of here. Not sure. I don't know, at this point it's a tough call when you're down to 1 more item that you need. Though, Shton doesn't even know that they need the ladder, so they might be thinking they're in go mode.
That is true.
Because they have not seen that Triforce piece in level 5, while JP has, so... If that is their mindset, this could be advantageous for JP. Who knows? Well, there's the heart container and white sword for JP.
JP will definitely love getting this white sword. Even though he might be able to pick up mags now with 12 hearts, he might go for it. He's not going to turn the white sword down now.
See, I like this. This is what I usually do, what I've been doing in my practice runs, because I never go for the raft take any, so I'll get 2 free heart containers and then I always get a potion. Because I still absolutely stink at the Ganon fight, so I always like to have a potion for that fight. And I would especially want it when I don't even have the blue ring like Shton does at this point. There is still a chance that the red ring could show up in one of these remaining locations. Or it could be in level 9.
Tektite out of bounds.
Come on, that's not fair.
Excuse me, Tektite, that's major glitches. That's not allowed in this flag set.
You can't do that. Well, at this rate, Shton should pick up that any key any minute here in level 5, but we'll be seeing that ladder block. Of course, there is still another item that we haven't seen here in 5. So if that ends up being the ladder, that would be pretty hilarious. All right, you're nearly 55 minutes in. You have 4 Triforce pieces or 5 Triforce pieces. At this point, you must be thinking to yourself, where's my opponent at? What are they doing? Have they already done the thing? And where should I go next?
The one upside to completing 6 is being able to record to 6 to quickly get to the Magical Sword Cave, which is what JP did. 6% chance to pick this up, and no! Denied.
Wow. So in order to pick that up, you either need, it's a range between, what, 10 and 14 hearts?
10 and 14, plus minus 2 off to vanilla 12.
And sitting at 12 was not enough.
Oops. Qualified is
Especially for how many heart containers we've acquired so far. It's pretty rude. But, you know, that's what you get, JP. You just got the white sword and you haven't even really used it yet. It's kind of rude, buddy.
I think he's going to be using it soon because he's on his way to level 1.
Oh, this could be huge if the ladder ends up being in 1. I mean, there is still one more floor item in there, and, you know, you gotta get the Triforce anyway. Shton picks up their any key, feeling a little bit better, not having to worry about those key counts anymore. It's one less thing. Now you can just worry about hearts, rupees, and bombs. Especially bombs. We haven't seen any bomb upgrades yet. Though at this point, well, JP might be able to afford a bomb upgrade, but Shton definitely cannot.
Yeah,
Kind of the downside about using silver arrows throughout the majority of this run.
Yeah, bomb upgrades can range anywhere from 75 to 125, which is plus minus 25 off vanilla 100, and it can give you anywhere between 2 and 6 bombs, plus minus 2 off vanilla 4.
JP back for revenge against this Kaliak now with the power of basically the magical sword.
Yeah, he's using the trick to use both the wand and the white sword. However, that won't work on the blue wizard ropes.
Now we actually haven't seen back here, and both the items could just be sitting on the floor back here, like behind some gels. We do have our first bomb upgrade in level 5. 76 rupees. There's the Triforce.
Where is the other item? One more item left here in 1.
There's the compass.
The compass right next to the Triforce, of course.
Okay. Is this the last spot? Or are we gonna have to go fight some blue wizards? We are gonna have to. Ugh.
One of those 2 rooms, either the Aquamenace room with the 3, or this one room with the 7. Didn't JP kill the 3-1 in his first trip in here? He might have, so this might be it.
There was another one that was in like a fake staircase room. The one with like the weird...
Yeah.
Well, the boss room.
I call it the Aquamenace room, because that's the room that Aquamenace is in the vanilla game.
Yeah. Okay.
He just took to the Triforce to get a heal here.
Yeah. Let's see if he goes back. Did Shton... I wonder if Shton found... Did Shton find that Triforce? I was too busy watching JP's screen. And then bail out?
Yeah, I would assume. JP is actually going to bail instead of getting the last item out of 1.
Okay, well, players are swapping places. Now the thing is, like, they're both, like, at that point, JP still has kind of the advantage against those blue wizards. If that's where they end up being. I would have considered maybe grabbing the Triforce, going back in and trying that other blue wizard room, because I don't think it was a shutter door. Or... You know, I don't think the door's shut behind you, so you could just hide in the doorway and bomb to your heart's content, but at the same time, down to 4 bombs, you got other stuff you can go do. It's probably the right choice. And at this point, I think JP is going to go head on over to level 7, where the bow is, and one more item, the floor item as well in here, so we are just looking for that ladder.
Another one, right? We haven't seen the other item in 7 yet?
I don't think so. We just saw the bow. It was the floor item we haven't seen, because it was bow and Triforce in the same room. No, nice kill. And gets a bomb drop too. So yeah, at this point, we are down to basically 3 different locations that this ladder could be. Either the floor item in 1, the floor item in 5. Or, sorry. Yeah, floor item in 1, floor item in 5, floor item in 7, or there's still a staircase item in level 8, I believe.
Yes, I don't believe we see the other one yet.
Or it could be in level 9. Just kidding.
No, it can't be 9.
It can't do that. I was joking.
If it was a 9, we'd really have to yell at Fred.
That's why I used the funny voice, so people knew. It's like using a kappa in chat, so people know.
Tom's going to find the same thing that JP found, which is not much here.
Yeah.
Other than Triforce.
A lot of nothing. Okay. Don't think... Well, let's see if you can get it. You did get it. It sounded like you just got a key or something. Where's that ladder?
Alright, looks like Shton drank the first half of his potion and is going to go back in to fight these blue ropes.
Yeah, this is going to be really hard.
Yeah, especially because he's still on green tunic, so each of these Wizrobe Bop's going to do 2 hearts damage.
He's doing pretty good. Oh, he's got a drink. Oh, watch out. There's a beam coming at you. Oh, it's even worse when you get bopped while you're sitting in the doorway, too. Oh, this is looking promising. You just gotta make sure that if you feel like you're gonna die, then hop into the doorway so you don't reset all of your progress.
We got 1 left.
Oh, this is really scary.
Alright, you stay in the middle to not get shot by the shooters, so that's good. But you can still get shot by the Wizrobe. You're down to half a heart. No!
Oh, no! Oh, you hate to see that. I don't know why you didn't pop into the doorway just real quick. Would you have been too far away that they would have respawned anyway?
I think so. JP's about to find the bow and Triforce, but will he go back in? You now see what 7 looks like, which is obviously the opposite.
Oh my gosh, what is that 7? That's 2 different dungeons. It's just
it is
level 5 and level 3. Alright. One of these places is going to have that ladder. Will we see it? Ever? There's a key. Shton was heading back to the Triforce room, but fortunately got bopped by another blue Wizrobe, so having to go all the way back through. JP grabs the Triforce piece, and I believe at this point we are now tied up in Triforce pieces, still looking for that ladder.
Yep, they're each sitting on 6. JP's also barely 7. Oh, wait, nope, going back. Debated.
He's gonna go farm bombs, that's it.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, he's going back in. Okay. The commitment.
I think this play is actually the correct play here.
Yeah.
At least now you know what 7 looks like, you know where to bomb.
If it does just end up being on the blue Wizrobes in 1, that's gonna be pretty rough. But as a commentator, not a player, I find it very hilarious.
Oh no, I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy.
Well, no. But at this point, there's nothing we can do about it, so we might as well enjoy it, right?
I guess.
Come on. Don't I guess me. Come on.
I guess.
I guess. Where is this ladder, anyway?
Yeah, on the left there.
We did have a ladder block at some point in this dungeon as well.
Yes.
Which would be good, because then you know, well, ladder camp.
I think JP's now realizing that he is pretty much ladder blocked out of the 7.
Well, he's got a couple doors he can still go through. Those weird lag spike. What was that?
Yep. Oh, wait, we found a bomb opening. This is the benefit of having a map. Now you know where you could possibly find bombs. Where to bomb.
Alright, just making sure that I'm all caught up. JP added Dodongo rate.
That's probably the transport to get to the other side of the dungeon. Shton is back into 6s as well.
These heads are dodging so many silver arrows.
It looks like... Alright, so we're not ladder blocked at a 7. We know that now. We gotta take the staircase to get to the left side of the dungeon.
Okay, that's staircase right there?
Yeah.
That JP is walking by right now?
Yeah, he's gonna instead go to the left here and check this last room before he takes the staircase. And he's greeted by an old man.
I'm just trying to make sure everything's synced up. Are we synced? You good?
I think so. I think I
Okay.
refreshed a couple times.
Alright.
I think we're good.
The Dodongo he's looking at right now. Right.
Well, now he's in the staircase. So now he's
Yeah.
working up the
Well, now he's shooting some Tektites.
Well, there's a bomb hole he can't open, and he's bomb locked out of here too. He's gonna have to come back with bombs.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Because now he's more likely not going to continue in here. It's a shame he could have... I'm assuming he didn't have any bombs when he was at the Dodongos either, because he could have farmed some bombs off of them.
He had one, so he could have gambled and tried to stun him on the first shot.
Alright, well, Shton does get the Triforce out of level 6. So, taking a Triforce lead at this point, but... yeah, we're still looking for that ladder.
Ladder's all he needs, and he knows where the Triforce is in 5, he knows it's ladder blocked. And once he gets that, he's in 9.
Oh, JP gets a bomb drop from the blue Lionels.
That's very nice, he needed that, and probably used 2 of them to get 4 more off the Donga before heading back to the other side of 7.
Now, you know, we're hour 7 in. There's still time for this Dodongo to be a jerk. Okay, good. He gets it in an interesting way. Worked out timing-wise.
He's trying to get to the stun lock without feeding the first one, which I like to feed the first one just to, be safe, but he ended up...
just to guarantee it.
Yeah, but he ended up missing the first try, but getting it the second try on the gamble.
Shton is back into level 8. Any one of these spots could have what we're looking for. And JP is still a Triforce piece behind as well. I feel like when you're low on bombs, you might as well just bomb one and not both. Well, now it doesn't matter. He has a million bombs.
Blue Lionels are pretty nice to drop bombs on.
Yeah.
In one hit. Could this be our ladder here?
Is this the ticket? No, not yet.
Well, about 7 more rooms here.
A ladder block.
I don't think it's going to be in this room unless you have to work your way around to it.
Seems like JP is willing to try and hold on to his rupees a little bit longer in case he finds a bomb upgrade. Not there either. Man, where is this ladder, dude? It's like the worst when it's the last thing you're looking for. Though for the most part, the dungeons haven't been too bad about ladder blocks or anything.
I mean, look at all 3 holes.
So many bomb walls. Well, it's a good thing he still has a couple bombs left. Not there either. If it ends up being all the way at the top of this part in 7, then that's a really long 7 you gotta dig out.
Not there either, but Shton's gonna check out a new room in 8 here, one we haven't seen yet. There it is! It's in 7.
It's just on the floor! Okay. Well, with that, JP does enter Triforce in Go mode. All he has left to do is to go back, get that quick Triforce out of 5, and then he has to go back to level 8.
Can we talk about how awful that was?
That was horrible, dude. You needed so many bombs.
The problem for Shton's side is he never found the map in 7, and that is the key at the moment. Because JP found the map and knew where to bomb.
Yeah, and the thing for Shton is that, they might still be thinking about that level 1. So I would assume that they would go back to 7 before going back to 1 at this point. But holy cow, that is an awful place to put a ladder. Because yeah, like you were saying, generally you like to see that item first, because then it just makes movement through dungeons a little bit more smoothly. A little bit smoothlier. But no, it's our Go mode item. That's fine. Wizrobes are blocking the book in 1. That's the dream, right?
Very possible right now. The only left is, what, book and Lord Banana? It's the only items we haven't found yet.
And Red Ring.
And Red Can. And Red Can.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, I know both these players, even JP, though he is in Go mode right now, is probably, assuming his opponent's in level 9.
Yeah. At this point in the race, when you're at 111, you're still only at 7 Triforce. You're like, alright, when's the dot done coming?
Especially because, 7 was at Vanilla 1, wasn't it?
No, 7 was at Vanilla... Where was 7?
That was Vanilla 1. No, it was at 2, sorry.
Yeah, 7 was at 2. And 8 was at 3, which is where JP's heading now.
Yeah, JP just has to grab the Triforce out of 8, which I actually don't really remember where it was. I don't remember if he even got a compass for it.
No, I don't think it's a compass for it. It's in the far northwest. It's in the
northwest.
Where Shton is right now, around there.
Okay.
You know what Shton looks like? No, this is the same staircase. He's heading back. I don't know where this other staircase in 8 is.
Yeah, he died in this room over here to, I think, a Wizrobe or something. Probably trying to get some hearts out. I do feel like that blue ring for JP has helped him out a lot in this seed.
It's funny that people are making jokes about Saver being in 9, because the winner of this matchup does in fact get Crystal Saver in the 3 seed in the next round.
Oh, baby. Oh, now I don't agree with that, JP. Skipping out on both those bomb drops? Come on, you know you're going to need bombs for level 9. Though I'm sure it was an accident, because those bomb doors do, like I said, like to vacuum you in before you have any time to react.
Yes, now the item is guarded by a bunch of blue items. That makes sense.
Alright, what's it going to be?
It is Lord Banana!
Oh, no. I was kind of hoping, at least for Shtun's sake, it was like the red ring or something.
Yeah, red ring would have been good. Red candle, not as good, but still not terrible. Boomerang, yeah.
Alright, so yeah, the Triforce was in this room with all the gels, so JP will get his last Triforce piece, and we'll be heading on to level 9 over in Vanilla 8. You think he's going to grab that heart container on the coast as well? Might as well, right? It's just 2 screens over.
And then record over back to 6 to get the max check at 13? Probably not.
No, that's pushing it.
Get the coast heart and get the raft heart, and then guarantee yourself.
No, that's even more stupid. The heck's wrong with you? The only thing is, though, because he just kind of skedaddled right through 5 to get the Triforce, he did miss the bomb upgrade that was in there. And not picking up those bombs, he's going to be a little bit low, and, sometimes level 9 tends to be a little bomb heavy. So he might be forced to leave. Of course, I believe bombs were in the bomb shop at only 6 rupees, so, if he does run out, he can go buy some more bombs and then get that heart container.
By the way, Shton back in 4. JP is in 9, and what we're going to be listening for in 9 is the roar of Ganon. Once we hear a Ganon roar, we know we are one room away from Ganon, and if we see a room with a single shutter door that you kill all the enemies in, and the door does not open, we have found where's Zelda.
Well, that sounds like fun.
It's like we do it every time we play this game.
Would you call it the Great Equalizer?
Some would say that level 9 is, in fact, the Great Equalizer. I don't know who would say it, but some would.
But some would.
Some Cardinals fan with the number 23, maybe.
Alright. Well, I hope.
I don't know if Cards fan would get along with JP, because JP's full name is BrewersFanJP, but we'll discuss that at a different time.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't put his full name in his... Maybe he's trying to hide his identity.
Yeah.
He doesn't want people to know.
I don't know. I'd be proud to be a Brewers fan right now. You got Christian Yelich.
That's interesting. He decided to skip one staircase and try a different one. I am assuming he's taking notes. I still very much rely heavily on Z Help for marking my rooms in level 9. You know, marking where I've bombed, marking all the staircases to keep track of it. I remember for like the first couple weeks in the qualifiers, I didn't do that at all and somehow survived. But yeah, I can't imagine not taking notes in this dungeon since it's what, a maximum of how many rooms?
A maximum of a lot. That's the scientific.
That's a lot.
No, 64, I don't know, I guess if 8 is 7 or small, you could fit a lot more rooms in 9. But usually 9 is like in the 50s.
Well, JP does run out of bombs, as we predicted, going in there with only 6, so either he's got to try and farm some bombs off of enemies, see if there's any bomb drops for clearing rooms, or he's got to head on out and go buy him some bombs. Might get some run. Oh, no, nothing from these Wizrobes. Over on Shton's side, heading into level 4, which we did see was the magical wand, though I believe it was a few rooms up to the north and to the left. JP's getting a little debated by this gel and does find the book at level 9.
Well, there you go.
Nah, he wants to... There's the funny. Could you imagine finding a red ring at this point, though? That'd be sick.
That would be a nice upgrade.
What if you went in a staircase and you found Zelda and she was like, yeah, you can take me, it's fine. Skip Ganon entirely. What?
Well, you could actually turn Ganon off in some flags in the randomizer.
Oh.
You even have open 9, so you can complete the game in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I heard about that tournament.
Doesn't ask about the Randomizer tournament when Game 2 of the finals was done in 13 minutes.
I remember that. I think I watched that. I was like, why? Why is this a thing? Well, JP trying to farm some bombs off this Wizro, but... Oh, he does. He does find success in that. And he's going to probably bomb out of here if he can. Oh, he can. Okay. The journey continues. Now, for those just chiming in, we are ladder blocked in 5 to get the Triforce. It is literally in a moat. And Shton needs to go back to level 7 and literally full clear that dungeon to get the ladder. Which is, well, it's just awful. If you saw that level 7, you'd think, well, these poor children. What an unfortunate future.
I hear a pig. And
I see a death. Yeah, he does have a potion, I believe.
I do not think he does.
He doesn't? Oh.
Might go to the Toast Craft item and get a potion from there.
Yeah, I would recommend it. Just for some sanity.
Don't know if Shton found a wand, but he's leaving. And he's going all the way up to the rare spot to get that. I assume a potion, not 14 card.
Yeah, especially just with the Ganon fight. Ganon alone will still do 2 hearts if he sits on you, even with blue ring. It's worse with no ring because he does 4 hearts. and just not having any potions. Well, JP gonna warp back to Vanilla 2 and be able to walk right down. I'm surprised he didn't do two things. Pick up that heart container since it was literally right there.
Yeah.
And buy some more bombs.
He did buy bombs, but he only bought one pack.
Right. Surprised he didn't buy more.
Yeah.
Does he think he's not going to run out again?
Maybe he wants to save for a potential bomb upgrade here in 9.
Can bomb upgrades be in 9?
Yes, they can. I believe so.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen one in there. Looks like Shton is heading back into level 4, and the I believe it was right here to the west in an NSU room. But I believe Shton has it in their minds that Gliok that is down there is holding on to that second item.
Yeah. He thinks the second item is a ladder. He's wrong.
Oh gosh. JP, be careful.
Down to half a heart.
I'm so glad that the refill actually is that slow and takes that long.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
It wouldn't be Zelda 1 without that.
You have to kill this ugly room to move on to Ganon behind the shutter door.
Yeah, I hear you. Just hold on. Give me a minute. You wait your turn. A few wizard shots to the face. He does make it through. Is that Ganon? It is not. So Ganon is going to be either on the left or the right. And finding the compass, too!
Ooh, that's a nice find.
Works out really well. Okay, Ganon might be south of here. That's not a big issue because he does have the Any key.
There it is.
That compass is huge, too. Shton failing out of level 4. I don't think getting that Triforce or getting that wand, so let's see where they head off to next.
So we got the Ganon fight with blue ring and white sword. So each Ganon hug will deal 2 hearts damage. Each Ganon fireball will deal half a heart. And it's to take 8 stabs of the white sword in order to get Ganon stunned for the silver arrow.
This is the worst Ganon fight in a Zelda game ever. It's just, I don't know, it's just so bad, dude.
Yeah, because he's invisible. Why don't you just put torches in the room with light with a candle?
Why don't you just not do whatever you decide? Come on, Nintendo.
I mean,
it's 2019. Can we get a better Ganon fight, please?
To be fair, in the storyline, isn't never mind. We got dead.
Never mind, he's dead. It's too late now.
I was gonna make a funny joke saying that in the storyline, you know, this is actually after Link to the Past, so Ganon actually did get smarter and not put torches in his room in Link to the Past. He did in Link to the Past.
Well, he lights up the room anyway. Why don't you just leave it dark? I don't know. He doesn't seem too smart to me there, Rambler.
JP gonna be looking for a magical staircase, it looks like, to try to get to the northeast part of 9.
Might just be sitting behind these 3 keys.
That would be
That's a no. So he's got the compass. He knows where she is. I don't think he's been anywhere near that location or that side of level 9.
You know, this is the room in 5 I was telling you about earlier, and why JP noped out of here.
Yeah, this sucks. This is bad. That's a bad video game right there. Ah, dang. I do feel like, overall, now that we've seen it in action, that blue ring has definitely paid off for JP in the long run. I feel like we have seen a lot more deaths over on Shton's side. Which, you know, it happens. Especially when you got blue Wizrobes.
Out of potions. That's a nice heart drop in this level.
Still no push block. So I don't remember how the entrance looked Was it if there was like a straight shot north or something?
I remember him taking a magical staircase. Just like you can't go straight up; you have to go right, and then there's like a magical staircase. That I don't know. JP didn't want to go up, I guess, or couldn't bomb up or something.
I'm hoping to get some bombs off of these guys. Oh my gosh, the hitbox. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go back and buy more bombs now.
Yeah. Maybe this time he'll get that hard No, he won't. He wouldn't do it this time. Alright, well. This could still be a really ridiculously hidden Zelda, but because of the nature of Rando, Shton still, has unfortunately chosen the two wrong locations to look for the ladder. It wasn't anywhere further in 8. It wasn't anywhere further in 5. Don't think, or 4, excuse me. Will we see a trip back up to level 1? Or is this going to be heading over to... That is looking like a level 1 if I've ever seen one. Or maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, the ladder was back over in level 7. Deep in level 7. Horrendously deep in level 7. And it looks like Shton is actually going to go right back into 5. Just needed some bombs. We still haven't actually seen what the other item is in 5.
No, not
But
yet.
at this point, we do know that it isn't what we're looking for. Could still be the red ring. So yeah, although JP still has to find Zelda, which could take a while, he still has a significant lead at this point because of his decision to continue into 7. As horrible as that that 7 was.
Okay, so this is where JP was going to try to bomb.
Oh!
He immediately meets a wizard.
Surprise! Nah, I don't know if these players are still looking at the IRC. I would be too scared to do it, because I'd be like looking at it every 5 seconds like, did they finish? No. Did they finish? No. Is it over? And the other thing is, these players are doing a double header tonight, so we are going to be doing another race right after this with like a small break, so I can get some more coffee.
Yeah, I might actually need coffee this time also.
Oh wow, the jukes! Amazing, well done. Looks like Shton is having a little bit of trouble getting these Dodongos to work for him, but does get the red ring out of 5.
Well, there you go.
Little too late for that, but...
Times where you are upset to find a red ring.
Mm-hmm. Now, if this is 5 minutes into the race, completely different story. But...
An hour and 28? Nah.
Nah.
He'll feel
That's how
better
that'd
if he goes back to 1, though, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he just immediately got sniped right at the start. Okay, well, if he can bomb up here... He can bomb
like
over
you would expect
here.
that.
If he can bomb... Surprised he didn't try bombing in the staircase room. Maybe he already did.
Not sure if he already did or didn't even want to bother because of how tough the enemies were. I don't know if he bombed in this room yet either. I'm assuming he did if he's just keeping on taking the staircase to try to get there.
Well, this is good for Shton. They are heading back into level 7, which is where our ladder is. So I don't think they're prepared for how far they have to go in this dungeon.
Yeah, he's got to find a map to have a chance, I think. If I were JP, honestly, I would probably go to a fairy fountain and refill your health that way.
Mm-hmm.
Use a recorder and go back to 7 in order to get to 9 easily.
Oh, here we
found a
go.
bomb hole.
Making some progress. And it's over.
I think you
Or
could probably
is it?
find another bomb hole, maybe?
Oh. Hey!
Ooh.
Alright, as long as we keep finding doorways that take us to the right, and preferably to the north, we're
Can't go north that way.
making progress. Could also just find a staircase along the way.
Right here?
Might...
Oh!
Yeah, not like that when you're at half a heart. I would try and...
I would try and not get hit by a beam.
Yeah, the problem is, though, he was also locked in, because he had a beam on his right and a red whiz robe that we didn't see on his left. They kind of locked him in there. I think the map was actually in this room for Shton. Maybe it was a... Nah, it was just a small key. I stand wildly corrected.
I think that was the bomb point we need the bomb in order to continue in 7. But when he gets to the other side, he might not know where to go without the map unless he finds it here.
Alright, JP's gonna continue down that path he was going. He might be gonna head right back to that reverse C and see if he can get through there.
Alright, so Shton definitely is in the area to go, but he doesn't have the map. JP definitely had the map at this point. He might just kill the Pole's Voice and the Fires and hope that they despawn the Wizrobes here. And...
They sure didn't. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. Just barely into the hitbox of that the Wizrobe beam, and those beams pack a pretty powerful punch, man.
Yeah, the orange ones are the same as a Ganon Hug.
Which is ridiculous. Who thought that was a good idea? Nintendo!
The guys who made this game, apparently.
Nintendo, why? Alright, looks like JP is gonna go get some health.
Shton is going to the correct side of 7, but without the map. And hey, he listened to us again! He's going to the Fairy Fountain.
I mean, here's the thing, there's still... It's not over yet. It really depends, because, you know, it could just be one of the staircases that JP found along the way to Ganon that he didn't check. That takes you, like, right next to Zelda. It's possible, and Shton could bring it back. It's possible. I'm not ruling it out yet.
I still think JP is wildly ahead, obviously, but Shton can still make a race out of this.
Yeah, especially if he continues to beeline it right to the ladder. Which I believe is only, like, 2 rooms to the north of here. Maybe 3. This is the ladder-blocked room. Yeah. It's just 2 spots north of this room. You know, I think him not having the map actually ended up saving him time, because he wasn't checking all those one-offs in the main entrance. So he has to know to bomb north here, I believe.
Not in this room, the room next to this one.
Was it? Okay.
Well, JP heading back to the reverse C. He's banking on that being the correct answer here. Shton's gonna end up going the backwards way here.
Can this room actually, can the single block room have an item in it? Have an item drop?
I'm not sure.
If it did, would it appear next to the block, or would it appear like in the top right or something?
Probably in the corner if it did. So I don't think it actually is. Oh, this isn't a drop. This isn't a staircase room. It's a,
oh, no.
It's a bomb.
All that work! That's how it goes sometimes. Well, it does get a bomb refill. Oh, and Shton.
He up an 8. Oh no.
I surprised, but you know, you never know how big of a segment it's gonna be. And it's segmented like that, so it's somewhat understandable, but extremely unfortunate.
I think he's gonna find a map in this room.
Well, I hope so. I wouldn't mind seeing this race being a little bit closer. I feel like JP has already bombed this room.
He has, I believe.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
map
Gotta
there.
take them notes. Okay, I think there was another staircase here to the left. Unless because I remember he went in one of the spiral staircases, and then I don't know if he backed out and went and checked the other one.
This is one room south again.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful because he doesn't want to lose all that HP that he saved up. Oh, nice.
It's the bomb.
Nice bomb drop.
Ooh,
Oh,
there's
ooh, here we go.
to the
Okay.
right. Hey, it's
There's
Ganon.
Ganon.
This room.
Yeah, his room. Another bomb drop, so that's good to see for him. And another bomb hole. We're getting there.
This is all bomb holes all the way to Zelda. Okay, we're 2 rooms away. We're 1 room north, and we should be there.
Yes, if there's a door on the right that opens up as he's entering this room, then that's going to be GG.
And it
That
is.
looks like it. All right.
All those bomb holes.
Oh my gosh. And there you have it, with a time of 1:36:14. JP finishes first place in this doubleheader. Get your GGs in chat.
And with that, Shton is forfeited from this race, and they're going to go get ready for Game 2, which will be starting up in just a little bit. I'm going to go get some.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some as well. He cut out, so it was funny. Stick around, everyone. We do have another one coming up. We're just gonna take a short little breather while these players also take a short little breather. And we'll be right back. I believe the team is gonna be staying the same. It's gonna be me and Rambler. I believe with Boletta on tracking duties. So, by the way, shoutouts to our tracker. And shout out to this cup of coffee I'm going to go acquire. Be right back.